JBN, we keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, you can be fined for refusing to destroy mosquito breeding sites. Favour Williams is the new energy minister. Oldness announces other changes. Judges reserve ruling in El Faisal case. I cried. Jamaican runner Kemoy Campbell grateful for outpouring of support. Police wants help to identify a man shot and killed in downtown Montego Bay, and gunman shot in crossfire with Portland police. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. You can be fined for refusing to destroy mosquito breeding sites. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has warned that people who refuse to destroy mosquito breeding sites on their property could face penalties. The law, he said, allows for fines on individuals or business entities that reject warnings to eradicate such areas on their premises. I believe that the time has come and we need to enforce the law because we have to find all possible ways to create behavioral change as the most effective weapon to controlling dengue, Dr. Tufton said at a recent town hall meeting at the Hartrust NTA's College of Construction Services in Portmore, St. Catherine. He was responding to a complaint from a vector control worker about being prevented from accessing premises in the parish to carry out mosquito eradication activities. Dr. Tufton told the forum that fines have been imposed recently on individuals in St. Catherine and enforcement of the law will be stepped up. He said that the objective is to encourage personal responsibility to create a healthier environment and reduce the transmission of vector-borne diseases. Meanwhile, medical entomologist with the ministry, Shereen Huntley-Jones, assured that the chemicals being used for fogging activities are all certified as safe for public health by the World Health Organization. All the chemicals that we use are effective for what we're using them for, and the exposure of an individual in a community that is being fogged is very limited. As such, there is no expected harm that must be experienced by the persons exposed to it, she said. She, however, urged persons who have respiratory problems to cover their nose with a wet cloth or stay out of the areas being fogged. Principal of the Nagus Head Primary School, Andrea Givens, commended the ministry for providing the necessary information to parents and students for the control of dengue. She appealed to residents of the community not to shut out health workers from their premises. They have a job to do and the fogging will make things easier for us, she said. Favour Williams is the new energy minister. Andrew Holness announces other changes. Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday afternoon announced the appointment of Favour Williams as the new energy minister amid the Petrojam scandal. He also announced other changes to the executive and reassignments of permanent secretaries. Here are the changes. Minister Favour Williams will now assume the full responsibility in the Ministry of Energy, Science and Technology. Minister of State Floyd Green will be assigned to the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Agriculture. Minister Orlando Terrelong will be assigned to the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Permanent Secretary Carol Palmer will be assigned to the Ministry of Energy, Science and Technology. Permanent Secretary Sancia Bennett Templar will be assigned to the Minister of Justice, and Permanent Secretary Audrey Sowell will take up an additional assignment at the Office of the Prime Minister. The appointments take effect on February 14, 2019. Judge reserves ruling in El Faisal case. A three-judge panel has reserved its ruling in the habeas corpus application for Muslim cleric Sheikh Abdullah El Faisal as he challenged the May 2, 2018 extradition ruling in a two-day hearing that ended on Tuesday at the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. El Faisal is wanted by the United States for allegedly using a number of internet-based platforms, including WhatsApp, to persuade individuals around the world to travel to Syria to take up the cause of the jihad. Attorneys from the Attorney General's Department, AGD, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, or DPP, rejected the assertion by El Faisal's attorney, Bert Samuels, that his client's right to due process was breached because the original material was not provided. They also rejected the argument that the extradition request by the United States was not made in good faith. Althea Jarrett, attorney in the AGD, said that El Faisal had an opportunity to challenge the evidence. She also asserted that El Faisal could not argue that his rights were breached when he made no such application during the committal hearing. She argued that an extradition hearing was different from that of a criminal trial and therefore was not subject to the same rules. Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Jeremy Taylor, sang a similar tune. He said that the right to discovery does not raise the issues highlighted by Samuels. The senior prosecutor said that El Faisal exercised his right to silence and pointed out that he also had a right to speak and to state his case. Taylor said that extradition is between a state and another state, not between the courts of the respective nations. Despite the introduction of a new Charter of Rights in 2011, Taylor said that a ruling by the Court of Appeal, which set the precedent on how extradition hearings should be conducted, still stands. In order for El Faisal to avoid extradition, the senior prosecutor said he must prove that his right to a fair trial will be compromised. Meanwhile, presiding justices Carol Lawrence Beswick, Kisok Lang, and Stephanie Jackson Aisley rejected an application by the ODPP to have an affidavit submitted in response to issues raised by El Faisal about the source material for the evidence against him. They said the ODPP had indicated earlier that they were only relying on legal grounds and had the opportunity to indicate a different position. The judges said they did not feel inclined to allow any affidavit at this time. I cried. Jamaican runner Kemoy Campbell grateful for outpouring of support. Jamaican Olympian Kemoy Campbell walked for the first time on Tuesday since being hospitalized after collapsing at the Melrose Games in New York. I cried because I know what the people who truly care about me went through. And when I heard my dad's voice on the phone, I couldn't stop crying, Campbell posted on Instagram. He also posted a video of himself surrounded by medical practitioners as he walked in the hospital. The athlete had been sedated for more than a day in the hospital. Campbell's post reads, I really don't know how to start this caption, and while I started writing, tears flowed from my eyes. I realized that I'm either very lucky or someone was watching out there for me Saturday. I cry because I know what the people who truly care about me went through, and when I heard my dad's voice on the phone, I couldn't stop crying. I heard the shock, sadness, pain, and relief all at once. For those who don't know me, I push myself hard in practice and give nothing but my best in whatever I'm doing. As athletes, we train to push our bodies beyond its normal limits. Until my heart stopped at Melrose Games on Saturday. I don't remember any of it, and I know there are videos around, but I don't need to see them. It's been tough, not physically, but mentally. It has been a battle. Anyway, for those who care, I am recovering. I walked yesterday for the first time, and I was a little dizzy, but pushed through with the help of the PTs. Most of all, though, I want to thank everyone who donated to help me get back on track. I love you all. Police once helped to identify a man shot and killed in downtown Montego Bay. The Freeport and Barnett Street Police in Montego Bay are now asking members of the public for their assistance to identify a man who was shot and killed by gunmen at the intersection of King Street and Union Street in downtown Montego Bay on Monday night, February 11. Detectives say so far investigations have led them to believe that the deceased is from the Salt Spring community, but up to date he has not been positively identified. The victim is believed to be about 6 feet tall. He is also believed to be in his early 20s, has bleached skin and sports plait hairstyle. He was clad in a dark t-shirt, ripped jeans pants, white marina, and striped underpants. Reports by the Barnett Street Police are that shortly after 8 p.m. on Monday, the victim was walking along Lower King Street when he was ambushed by armed men who shot him in his upper body. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, the scene was processed. Gunman shot in crossfire with Portland police. The Portland police have confirmed that a man who is one of 3 men who challenged the police in a shootout in East Portland on Tuesday afternoon, February 12, was shot and injured and is presently at hospital under police guard. The police also reported that an AK-47 assault rifle fitted with a magazine containing 5.56 rounds was taken from the injured gunman. Reports by the Port Antonio police are that on Tuesday afternoon at about 5:10 p.m., A team of police were on patrol duties along a section of White River located in Norwich, Portland, when they were fired upon by a group of armed men. The lawmen took cover and returned the fire. During the confrontation, the gunman was shot. His two other cronies managed to escape. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.